All right, today, or actually, in all honesty, I'm recording this Saturday night because every time I do them on Sunday, I'm doing it with my phone and it's in the bathroom and it's like at a crazy time and I'm super rushed and this is close enough. Saturday night. Hey. Anyway, so tomorrow, or as far as you're concerned, today is day 61 of my 100 days of eating only keto chow for all my meals. I figured I'd do this now because I have already written up the blog post for tomorrow. I might as well record the video too. So, um, so Saturday was my first day of doing all avocado oil for my fats. And I've been kind of dreading it a little bit. Just because I really like the flavor of keto chow with heavy cream, but there's far fewer carbohydrates if you use the avocado oil. And the beeping alarm just said beep, 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 beep. I think that means it's lost network connectivity, which is weird because it's hardwired to the internet network, whatever. Usually it's the cell phone backup that fails every once in a while. Anyway, okay, so Saturday was my first day using just avocado oil, which is actually today, but you're going to be viewing this tomorrow, so yesterday. Um, so I mixed up a bunch with avocado oil, 60 milliliters of avocado oil. I did 2 chocolates and a chocolate mint. And I drank the chocolate as we were driving to Salt Lake City. It takes about 40 minutes. And it really wasn't bad. This happens every time I do keto chow with just avocado oil. I'm always like, and I drink it and it's fine. So I don't know why I'm getting so worried about it. But then we got back home and you're gonna have to silence that. Click on the acknowledge or else it's just gonna keep on doing it. Anyway, so when it was time for lunch, I got out my uh, blender bottle of chocolate mint keto chow and proceeded to not drink it for 30 minutes because I was kind of like, I don't really want to drink it because it's not with heavy cream, and I was being a silly pants.
A baby?
I was being a baby, totally.
Baby.
And then I finally drank it, and it was fine. But well, another reason why I hadn't drank it yet was because I was really full. Um, Now, because I'm doing it with 60 milliliters of heavy cream, up until the last couple, like 2 weeks, doing it with just heavy cream, I've been doing 100 milliliters of heavy cream. Turns out I actually should have been doing 4 ounces, which is about 118, because my calories have actually been kind of low. I've been about 16, let's see, I wrote this down. 1612 calories when I use 100 milliliters of heavy cream and the three of them. Which really is kind of low. I should be doing more like 18 or 1900 calories a day. So switching over to 60 milliliters of avocado oil, I am getting now, what is it? I wrote this down again, 1,892 calories, which is much higher. Um, Now, my insulin is really low right now, and my carbohydrates are really low, so I'm able to mobilize a lot of stored fat to make up whatever difference there is. So I'm really not too concerned about that, but the general advice I give most people is don't go below 15% deficit. So if you use the keto calculator and it tells you to do 2,000 calories, don't do more than 15% below that. Because if you do too far below that and your insulin isn't low enough, your body can't mobilize the fat. And so you end up with fewer calories than you should. And your body says, oh, this is what we're doing now? Okay, I guess we're going to stop growing hair and we're going to turn down the thermostat. So you're going to be cold all the time, but you'll still be alive and I mean, you'll lose weight, but it seems that 15% is about that sweet spot, depending again on how much insulin you have. When you're just starting off a ketogenic diet and your insulin is really high because you still have a lot of the glucose and everything like that, I actually recommend to people that they go a little bit over their calorie goal for the day, because you're going to need that fat, because your body can't mobilize stored fat because it's locked up in your blood cells. Oh my gosh, it's locked up in your fat cells. So you need that mobilized. And then as your insulin comes down, because you've been on a ketogenic diet for a longer amount of time, your glycogen is used up, all that sort of awesome stuff goes on. Then when your neck itches, you can scratch it. Then you can start to lower the amount of calories. Anyway, so I wasn't really very hungry because now I'm getting 1,800 calories a day instead of 1,600 calories a day, and it's in the form of the avocado oil. Avocado oil is interesting. It doesn't really have a strong flavor. It just really doesn't taste like much of anything. But it allows the flavors of the Keto Chow to come through much stronger. So the chocolate flavor is really strong. The orange cream flavor, really strong. Raspberry cheesecake, really strong. Chocolate mint, really strong. All of the different flavors come through much stronger than they do with the heavy cream, because the heavy cream kind of has a creamy taste to it and a texture. And it just makes stuff taste like melted ice cream with some flavor. But yeah, with the avocado oil, it comes through a lot stronger. The color is darker too. You can look at a bottle of avocado Keto Chow made with avocado oil and one made with heavy cream. And it's like, this one's kind of whitish with a little bit of color, and this one is like really dark. So yeah, so I wasn't very hungry at lunch. I ate it anyway, and that was fine. And normally you tell people on a ketogenic diet, eat to satiety. If you're not hungry, don't eat. In this case, I'm breaking a lot of the rules because I'm trying to maintain consistent amounts of calories in this case, and consistent amounts of nutrients. So I'm eating regardless of how hungry I am, which again is not a good idea. Don't do that. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Unless you're doing a crazy experiment like me. Anyway, so also yesterday or Saturday, whichever you prefer, Miriam suggested that we should go out to dinner with my parents. I said we should bring along only two of our kids were home at the time. So we went to Texas Roadhouse, and during my 100-day experiments, every time we go out to dinner, it's everybody else gets food and I get a drink. And I enjoy the dinner conversation, and it's just fine. Yeah, I might as well be fasting, but yeah. But so Miriam got a steak with some shrimp, and she was very specific to the waitress and said, do not bring out, we went to Texas Roadhouse, I don't know if I mentioned that, do not bring out the shrimp on toast, because they always do that. They're bread, they toast it, butter it, and then stick the shrimp on top of that, because of course you need bread with your shrimp. So they indeed obliged her, didn't bring out the bread, but they did forget her mushroom and onions for the steak. It had the cheese on it, like she asked.
And the steak was a 6-ounce. It was more like a 4-ounce.
Yeah,
I've never
really
seen a steak that small.
But were you satisfied?
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay, well there you go.
But I still kind of want to whine about it.
But she did get extra butter, and then she had the butter for the shrimp after she ate the shrimp to dip her steak in. And then one of our favorite things to do when we go to Texas Roadhouse, among other places, is they ask what 2 sides you want, and we usually get a salad without the croutons, with like ranch, which guaranteed the ranch is going to have soybean oil in it, kind of what you get. But on the broccoli front, so you ask for the broccoli with cheese and bacon and butter and sour cream, and sometimes chives if you want to. You're making a loaded baked potato without the baked potato, broccoli instead. And when we first started doing this, we would tell the waiter or waitress, we're like, I want a loaded baked potato with broccoli instead of a potato. And they would look at you like, what? Just didn't get it. If you say, I want broccoli with bacon and cheese and sour cream and butter, usually they'll say, do you want chives with that too? And you're like, yes, I do. Oh, so it's a loaded baked potato. Yes, it's a loaded baked potato with broccoli. Oh, okay. And if your server does it right, you'll get it on a plate covered with the stuff. If they do it wrong, you'll get the stupid cup. This is, of course, a Texas Roadhouse with a little bit of the stuff on it. When it's on the plate, it's like fantastic. When it's in the cup, it's kind of like meh. But anyway, so she got that. I think my dad got the roadkill, and my mom got, I think she got barbecue chicken without the barbecue sauce. But and then, of course, our two sons who are not doing keto went through, I think, maybe 5 baskets of bread.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, our youngest did not even touch his mini cheeseburgers. They're in the fridge. He'll probably eat them for breakfast.
Bread.
He just ate, well, we refer to it as cake because they also bring out the frosting, the cinnamon butter. Anyway.
If your parents weren't there, I would have said no bread.
Yeah, if our parents weren't there, we would have said no bread.
No bread.
Anyway.
Well, we can't control everyone.
we can encourage them to make healthy choices, and yeah. And well, oddly enough, so today when I was starting my just avocado oil, I had like 3 Keto Chows that were mixed up with heavy cream left over from earlier meal prep. Fortunately, the kids were like, "What do we have for breakfast?" I'm like, "Eat my Keto Chow," and they're like, "Okay." So that's what they drank for breakfast. Anyway, tonight, Saturday night, it is tonight. Well, of course, we've crossed that bridge. My hair is sticking up right here. That's your fault, Marion, by the way. Okay. My hair is sticking
sorry.
up.
You're so cute.
So, mom spit.
That's better.
Yeah. So Saturday night, so for dinner, I personally got Coke Zero with lemon and lime. Now the keto police, you know who you are, will get all, that has aspartame in it. Okay. So, Mr. You shouldn't use aspartame. I have used a continuous glucose monitor and a blood ketone meter to verify that my particular metabolism has, and my physiology, you could say, has no problem whatsoever with maintaining a ketogenic state where I'm producing ketones and burning fat and using aspartame or potassium ACE K, we'll just call it ACE K, sucralose, erythritol, allulose, sorbitol. None of those cause a problem for me at all. I know people that have a problem with that. I know people who have to do their total carbohydrates instead of their net carbohydrates. It all depends on how your physiology is, how messed up your metabolism is, whether you had type 2 diabetes or type 1 diabetes. But for me personally, I've verified using biometrics that those are not a problem for me. Neither is adding lemon to, or lime, or both, to my Coke Zero. Just fine. So.
I think you're fine.
Okay. Anyway, so Saturday I got home, warmed up my chocolate Keto Chow because I had made 2 chocolates and a chocolate mint for Saturday's meals. Warmed up the chocolate Keto Chow. It was fantastic. It was almost as good to me as the chocolate Keto Chow with heavy cream. It actually was a little bit creamier heated up, which was awesome. And I had these big mugs. Well, Miriam got a lot of big mugs. When we discovered that you could heat up Keto Chow in a mug, she went a little bit nuts.
You got like 20.
Yeah, for here. And then another like 16 for the office. Anyway.
Well, we have 8 people in our family.
I know.
If everybody has a mug.
They're these giant mugs. They hold like 14 ounces.
They're awesome.
Which was good because you can pour half a Keto Chow into it, warm it up, drink it, and then do the other half. It's great. But as of right now, I am crazy full. We'll see how it is tomorrow. But the big takeaway from all of this, so I'm doing avocado oil now, and this is a long video. I'm doing avocado, and it's lower quality than normal because I'm just using a webcam. And there's the background, and the lighting sucks, and yeah. But so Friday, I did 3 meals of Keto Chow using 100 milliliters of heavy cream in each one. That's 1,612 calories, the specific flavors that I used. And that gave me 10.0 grams of net carbohydrates for the day. Most of that was from the heavy cream. For people who have to do total carbs, or the keto police, that's 31.4 grams of total carbohydrates. Not bad. Most people who are doing total carbs recommend under 50. Some have to go under 20 total carbs. And for those of you who have to do that, I am very sorry. You have my sympathy. Anyway, so Saturday, with the 2 things of chocolate and the 1 thing of chocolate mint, well, my chocolate has a few more carbohydrates than many of the other flavors, and that's because the cocoa powder does have some carbohydrates. And chocolate mint has a little bit of cocoa powder in it. So I think it's 0.7 grams of net carbs per serving, whereas, oh dang it, I don't remember. Chocolate, I think, has like, oh man, hold on a second. I'm just gonna, I don't want to close that. Let's see, chronometer. Pulling up my chronometer, looking at Saturday's entry. 2 servings of chocolate. Oh, no, I'll just change that to 1 and then back again. So 1.63 grams of net carbohydrates in the servings of chocolate Keto Chow. But because I was using avocado oil, there was 0 grams of total carbohydrates added to that. Anyway, so then 0.7 for the chocolate mint. I ended up with 4.0 net carbohydrates for Saturday, with 1,892 total calories. 4 grams of net carbs is awesome, especially considering that I'm getting 100% of my daily nutrition. Anyway, Sunday, when you'll be watching this, we'll call it today, even though it's not. It's still 8:33 p.m. on Saturday, but I keep reminding you of that. Sunday, I'm doing orange cream, raspberry cheesecake, and chocolate toffee. Now, the chocolate toffee is chocolate toffee flavored. It doesn't actually have any cocoa powder in it. Depending on who you talk to, either they say this tastes exactly like a Heath bar, or they say this tastes like butterscotch, but really good butterscotch. Anyway, all 3 of those are with 60 milliliters of avocado oil, which add no carbohydrates. And according to Chronometer, those 3 meals plus the fish pills, because in order to get the right amount of omega-3 fatty acids, you also need 1,300 milligrams of omega-3s. So that adds some calories as well, and some fat. Anyway, I will finish the day on Sunday, when you'll be watching this, with 1,874 calories and 1.7 grams of net carbohydrates for the entire day. Okay, that's nuts. I actually challenge anyone to, really the only way you could do that would be to eat just meat. I mean, let's see. Oh, this is going to be crazy. Let's see. Let's add eggs. Eggs, raw egg. We'll do a large. Large is 78 calories. Let's see. What's 1850 divided by 78? So you would need to eat 23 eggs. No, that's not right. So it looks like 25. 25. Nope, 24. There you go. 24 eggs to get the same amount of calories as what I'm eating on Sunday. And the net carbohydrates from those 24 eggs would be 13.3 grams. Okay, so Keto Chow is winning compared to eggs.
But eggs are good.
Yeah, but
I
would
mean,
you
Keto
eat
Chow's good.
24 large eggs?
Not in one day.
Not in one day. Let's try ribeye. Miriam's got a bunch of ribeyes in the fridge that she needs to eat. Ribeye, capstate, boneless, separate lean only. Why are they trimmed? Oh my gosh. Where's the non-trimmed? Lean only,
It's a long
lean only.
video,
Lean
babe.
only. Yeah, it's a super long. Okay, instead of ribeye, let's do prime rib. Prime rib. Trimmed to 1/8 inch fat. Okay. Beef. Oh, that's beef rib. Prime rib. Beef rib. Oh, huh. Okay, here we go. We'll just do this one. So 334. Well, okay. So if you did prime rib, it's saying that you would get 0 grams in net carbs. So if you ate just meat for the entire day, you would have fewer carbohydrates than if you eat Keto Chow with avocado oil. And that actually sounds pretty good.
Every food sounds good to you.
I know. Well, and it's so right now because I've just switched to avocado oil. It's a little bit harder, as I've just explained, than when I was doing the Keto Chow with heavy cream, because that's just so good. I mean, 60 days, well, 58, 59, yeah, of drinking that, and I was ready for more. It's awesome. With the avocado oil, it's still kind of a, okay, it's good. I can do that. It's not a problem, but it does give me pause. But anyway, yeah. Usually these Sunday updates are really short. Everyone's going to come to this expecting like a really short one. They're going to be like, oh my, that's long. But yeah. All right. This has dragged on long enough. So everybody have a good day. I will see you all for day 62 of 100 days of nothing but Keto Chow. Anyway, have a good day.